Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, guys, we are going to do something extraordinary. We are going to be doing a couple of things all mixed in one. I'm going to show you how you can take trade setups, how you can take trade setups on a smaller time frame, how you can maximize the trade to have perfect entry on a smaller time frame like the 15-minute right down to the 5 minute. I'm going to show you how you can go for a small risk and then win a big reward. So guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Akenecha, and if this is your first time in my channel, please I would like you to drop a comment, anything you want me to talk on further, and also don't forget to subscribe. So this will help me. I know subscribing and hitting the like button and the share will cost you totally nothing, but it will help me to push this hustle on so that a lot of people can learn how to do this the right way, because getting into forex business is one thing, and actually knowing what to do and getting someone to show you how to go about it, it's another thing. So guys, please, without wasting much of your time, let's go ahead with what we have on board today. So today is Sunday, and as a normal trader, what you're supposed to do on a Sunday is to backtest, test your strategy, journaling, plan your trade, plan how you are going to approach the market once it opens. So with that being said, what I normally do is this. I often start my analysis on a higher time frame, like the 1 day, to see what is happening in the market. And of course, I really love trading major pairs, especially Great British Pound US dollar. I love it so much because I like the way it moves and I understand the forces behind it. As a trader, there are certain things that when it comes to the market you need to understand. How currency pair moves, what are the factors that influence the currency pair to move, and when is the right time to trade that particular currency pair. So as you can see in front of you right now, this is what GU looks like in the 1 day time frame. Of course, the structure of the market was in the downtrend. We had this downtrend, and you see price currently doing what? Changing character here. Price change character here, pull back to tap into any demand zone that was left behind. Because you see, demand zone that was left behind, we had already mitigated. So we had that move and price pushing to the upside, targeting higher profit levels like here. So if you were a swing trader, this would have been a perfect opportunity for you. And you see price, these are some higher double tops here, price going furthermore to clear liquidity. By clearing liquidity, price got into this level here by tapping into these zones and still forming some double top there. Coming now here on the daily time frame, doing what? Change character here. Change character, indicating that price is about to change phase in the market from an uptrend now back to the downtrend. So for the past 2 weeks, this is the activity price has been forming so far in the market here, and this is where we are going to focus on. And I'm going to show you exactly how I was able to cash 50 pips on Friday trading GU on the buys, catching that on the 5 minute time frame. So now we have seen what the market is giving us or portraying to us on a higher time frame, right? On a higher time frame. Now, before trying to look at GU, you need to first of all look at the dollar index. What is happening in the dollar index on a daily time frame too? So I go to the dollar index. What am I seeing on the dollar index? Okay. GU and EU, they are inversely correlated with dollar index, because The dollar index just basically tells you just tell you the price of how the volume of the dollar moves. So of course, if the dollar index is pushing up, giving us an uptrend, definitely GU on the other side will be dropping, like what we have seen already. So this is the dollar index on the daily time frame, and you see price got into these levels here, into this premium discount levels of demand, clearing extra liquidity, and start shooting up to the upside. So for us to have a higher confirmation, we need to see these levels taken out. If you see this level taken out, then it will be a confirmation for us to buy the dollar index, thus selling GU. So this is what we are seeing that's happening with dollar index. So we go now back to our GU. Of course, we are on the daily time frame with GU, and our focus is this whole zone here, because price has been ranging here. We also saw a change of character here. Price not confirmed, closing up below, but we have a double top, and we know a double top signifies change of character coming in place. So doing my top-down analysis, I started from the 4-hour time frame, right? Now I'm switching down to the 4-hour time frame. Nice. This is what I can see on the 4-hour time frame. So I will take this out. Price was in an uptrend. Price was in an uptrend. So, and then we had what here? There was a break in market structure here, leaving behind an imbalance zone that was left unmitigated. So for safety purpose, we have to cover all of that zone. Now we know what happened up here. We take this out, and to know that price is reacting off this area, and we have so many imbalance levels at that area. We had the first one here and the second one here. Now this is where the bigger confusion comes in. Which zone should I trade off? Always trade off the zone that have the imbalance above, the last highs that caused the change in character. So we have to forget about this one and focus on this one. Now see what price, the reaction price gave us when it got to this area. We had what here? A change in character again on the 4-hour time frame. Again, indicating that this premium zone is very strong, which is now acting as a supply zone. Price is about to change course from that whole area. We have seen what is going on the 4-hour time frame. We scale down again to the 2-hour time frame. So this is how you have to take trades from higher time frame down to the smaller time frame. This is what is normally called top-down analysis. I'm taking my time collecting data like a detective in the market. I'm trying to see what price is telling me. I'm trying to understand price action. Of course, here, what do I see? An uptrend. An uptrend that happened all the way here. And this was as a result of a change in character here. So this was the last highs that caused the change in character. This was the last low that caused the change in character. I identified this last low that caused the change in character. And to magnify very well, I come now down, I will see another block slipping down here. Alright, we'll come back to this further. So I have seen that change in character here. How will I take my entries now off here? The change in character here. Now there is a clear indication that price is about to change course from uptrend to downtrend. So as a trader, I will start looking at my entries where price, the highs that caused the change in character here, taking everything up all into consideration. Had it been you took this trade or you saw something like this would be your levels to take profit from. Here, 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 and right down here. Price keep on breaking structures, pushing to the downside. And you see this level here has been respected. Price struggled to push up here, and now this move was due to the CPI that came out on the 14th of February. Price break out of this structure, the whole structure here. So this has been a structure. Price finally breaking out from, pulling back to correct or to retest, no matter how you call it. And you see there was also an imbalance here, sleeping fresh here. When the CPI came, price pushed tap into that level before dropping down. Now we are here, structure broken down. Here are some zones price left behind, and you see it finally got respected. On Thursday we got this sell. I'll show you how we got that. I'll switch to the 1 hour time frame. Looking at price in an uptrend, and this was shared into the community. So if you're looking for to join my free Signal community, I will leave a Signal group, Signal channel down in the link below. You look anywhere down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see the link or the Signal channel below. You just click and join. It's for free. I share daily setups, especially on GU. We trade normally the London section, and I also share trade on EU and also Go. So joining the free Signal group will be a good advantage to you. So I continue with the analysis. So we saw price coming down here. You see, that's why it's always good to break down smaller time frame. You see, the imbalance was slipping here and price tapped into it and dropped down. So we had price on the downside. We changed character here. So I had this change in character. And then price pulled back to tap into this level. So now this was the level. So I could have considered all of this. So you see price just slightly tap into the zone and start shooting back up, thereby confirming. So this demand zone has been made tapped already. And we got here some extra liquidity was sleeping above here. This was liquidity sleeping. And also we always have liquidity sleeping at both sides of the market. And price needs to tap before continuing its movement. So this was liquidity sleeping here. Price needs to clear that out. So liquidity here was taken out. Price mitigated the supply order block and dropped to the downside, taking all this liquidity, coming back to test this zone, tap into this zone before dropping. So we saw this here, this order block here, price tapping out liquidity. We know that it will further clear to the downside. So I, with my community, together with my community, I sent out the sell signal here. I should expect some movement here. So we took this sell signal around 15-minute time frame though. So on the 15-minute it was clearer. After seeing price taking out that liquidity, we saw this whole level here. Price would have reacted from. So we have levels here. We had another level. We had a level here, and we had a level here. Now what I shared to my community was this: the moment we see price giving us a change in character here, we should look further in taking up the trade to the downside. And that change of character was clearly visible around the 10-minute or around, you can see in the 5-minute if you are not using the paid premium signal group, paid premium trading view, excuse me. So if I could take the replay button, I bring it all the way here. Now I shared with my community this. I said, since we had that change in character here, we had that change in character somewhere around here. We had that change in character here. I knew price would come back to tap around areas of demand around here before shooting up. So I considered the whole of this area of demand. We actually cut the buys here. We cut the buys here, and we took our profit out of here, out of this level. Even though I knew price must mitigate this area above here, but we took our profit above here because I started seeing some sort of ranging here, and normally this was a uh, good risk to reward ratio. We made a lot of money from here. So stop loss a little bit above here, 13 pips, and we had something of this sort, something of a 1:3 kind of trade. But I took out partials here, I took out profit here, and allowing the rest to run. But I took out everything here. So what I was trying to say is this: I send out the signal to the group and say, this is another block here. Price could react from here. So we have our risk entry and have a confirm entry. But now what we want to see in this area is a change in character. Price coming back down here or here. So a change in character would have given us the confirmation. But since there were so many areas above, risking much was not really advised. So, but we took out the entries from around here. So we need to see a change of character because price will not normally come up here. We needed to see a change in character forming somewhere around here. And then if we saw that, we would have taken a trade. So I play that and I see price PS out of that zone. Okay. What we saw, a change in character in place. Now go to the 5 minute, you will see that very clearly. A change in character was seen here. A change in character. So what happened was this. Immediately we took our trade from here, having stop loss above these highs here and targeting areas here. Areas of TP, I had this here. We have partials here. So this liquidity, we have partials below this liquidity. This is a point that got in touch with the trend line. So I have partials here, but I always advise my students to collect 50% when we are up. When we are up, I have 2R. So let's see how that played out. Option price played, manipulating, playing. So 50% was taken out. Boom, we hit TP out of there immediately. We got out of the trade. So now waiting now to see what actually happened next. Price got here again. So this is what I always tell my students. After you're taking your profit, clear everything out to see clearly. Because this was 63 pips in profit and just 14 pips dollar. So it was a 1:4 risk to reward. And we always close when we're up 2R, we close 50% of the trade. So so my expectation actually happened. Okay. And now I knew for sure that price would have turned out somewhere around here, right? I knew for sure price would have turned out somewhere here because this was now an indication of a higher clearing of liquidity. Price was just pulling down further to clear out liquidity from here. Clear out liquidity from here. And now we see price going up, forming some sort of liquidity here. So looking for buyers would have been one of the next best ideas the traders would have been looking out for, because we had what here? We had that change in character, but it happened with the breaking structure to the downside, but you further had a change in character, and the reconfirmation was here when I actually had that. Now, it would have been difficult for a trader to identify the demand zone here, but actually, when you know what you are doing, you kind of like identify all of this zone to act as your demand order block, whereby you can look for trade setups at this area. So you could come somewhere down here and to see how price has been ranging all of those areas. So I said to my team that this is another block here that price haven't tapped, right? Because looking at the past, we have, let's go to 15 minutes to see clearly. There's another block, a supply here that price left without tapping. So this was some sort of liquidity slipping up here, and we should be careful at this kind of area. Liquidity slipping up here, and price needs to. So another trick I've discovered is this: once you see the liquidity that's very as tiny as this, always know price will always come back to it. price must come back to it. So I go back to 5 minutes, how we cut this entry of a buy here. So had that change in character here. And I always confirm my change in character when I have a clear close of the candle above the range. So now my entries will be somewhere around here. And I will have another confirmation entry again somewhere around here. So I have my risk entry here and confirm entry here, targeting areas of that was left unmitigated by unmitigated by participant in the market, by demand. So I press play and and exactly I see what happened if this buy actually played out, because we took this buy in the community. So that's it. Price playing. Price tap into the buy zone. Okay. Extend this a little bit. So respecting. So you see, we had liquidity here. Liquidity has been slipping out. Now this is the market playing tricks, pushing early buyers to fall into the trap to start buying, or early sellers to start buying. So we have stop loss placed here and stop loss placed above here. For those who sold, stop loss placed above here, and those who bought, stop loss placed below here. So this is liquidity. So we actually waited, and I took my first entry here, and let's see how it goes. I never actually had the chance to take a second entry because I was really scared the way it was Friday kind of market. So I just remain here and I say anything that happened, okay, I'm comfortable with this loss here, because actually this stop loss was really big for me. And let's see how it goes. Got stopped out. First got stopped out because I said the stop loss was really huge for me. The stop loss was really huge. So I took a loss on this trade here and waiting to see whether price was trying to clear further liquidity down or what was actually happening in the market. So like I always do, I clear out everything, and then I want to see how the market looks like on the higher time frame, right? So clearing out everything, I say, okay, this one has been taken out. So I will wait now to see if I'm continue selling, or I want to see what will happen next. Okay, play that. We had the buy, so I just want to let you know how it happened. Oops. Now what have you seen? Price was pushing down to clear further liquidity. My next entry again, I came back here. I said, okay, now I have a change in character. Now I have a change in character somewhere around here. No, actually, this was going taken that back, and this was taken back. Excuse me. This was taken back on the 5 minute time frame, because this has already happened. We had that change in character here. Excuse me, please. We had that change in character here. Here. Yes, exactly here. And on the 5 minute, I had that change in character here. After that push the upside, I started seeing change in character. And I had a real change in character here. I saw price giving some strong momentum rejection here. We had that change in character here. And then what we did was I captured all of this zone, because the rejection there told me it was. So permit me how to replay this back. Yeah, something of this sort. Yeah. When I saw this momentum, I know that something was happening, because I saw the level of which buyers were pushing more pressure into the market. Even though there was no zone here that price would react from, but down here, on the 4-hour time frame. But I saw this momentum with the community. Of course, we're supposed to have a buy, but this was price trying to clear out further liquidity down to the downside for pushing to the upside. So I had this range here, and I marked out this range around the 1 minute time frame. I was just monitoring this market. I marked out this range here. It was very clear for me. I know that something else is going to happen to the market. It was very, very clear to me. So I saw this range here. I said, okay, now I want to see a thick candle close out of this range. I saw this. Immediately as I saw this, I started highlighting around here. That left this zone unmitigated. Switching back to the 5 minute to see. I captured all of this zone. Bring it up here. Yeah. And then we had a stop loss just below the zone. And I said, this was my last trade for the day. Due to spread, I left it to fit at 13 pips. I said to the community, this was my last trade for the day. Switching back to the 15 minute to know where actually price will might get to. Because I take my entries on a smaller time frame, but having a higher view of the market, like seeing where the market might possibly go to. Now I had this area here in mind. I was a little bit scared. I took out 50% when price got back to this level because from what I was seeing, I saw price momentum to the downside was very strong, and I had this feeling that price would get here and shoot back right to the downside. So I took out 50% from here and I trailed my stop loss. And actually, this is how it happened. Oops, excuse me. I'll go back to the 5 minute. Price tapping into our zone, you see, shooting up, 50% taken out. I trailed my stop loss, push, CP got triggered. Price acted as if it's coming down, see continue pushing up. So we took out, so look at what happened when price got to this level. You see the rejection and price trying to push back down, changing character. So I took out my profit at this level, knowing that something could happen at this area. So whenever you're comfortable with your profit, take it out. It doesn't matter if you take a profit and price continues shooting up. Be comfortable with your profit, because the kind of trade we take, all we need is just that one win. Because look at the trade like this, we had a 1:7 kind of risk reward. 1:7. So I took out 50% here and I trailed my stop loss, and price finally hitting my TP. And that is how you are supposed to be taking your trades. When all of this is done, what I normally do is I remove all of the drawings. I go back to my trade. I start back on a 1 day time frame. Today is Sunday. I want to see now what is actually happening now with price. So I just showed you a recap of how we took the buys and taking the sales on the trade. So you see, GU on a 1 day time frame is still giving us a double top, a reversal kind of pattern. So we still expect some bigger drops on GU the whole of this month or the whole of next week. Let me put it that way. So we go back to the 4 hours, like I said, higher top-down analysis to the 4 hours. Our expectation once the market open. Okay, I take this out. Okay, there's a level here. Okay, respected. Okay. So as a technical analysis, you need to take down, you need to be a detective in the market. You're collecting data. You're trying to see what next is going to happen in the market. Okay. So 4 hours, there was a structure here. Price was in an uptrend here. Okay. In an uptrend, I have higher highs, right? And this higher low got taken out. So we have now a change in the market structure, or a break in the market structure to the opposite side, or what you can call that a change in character of the 4 hour time frame. We'll switch down to the 2 hour time frame so I can see clear. Okay, what am I seeing on the 2 hour time frame? We have this level here that's been tapped. Price pushing to the downside. After price tapping that level, okay, price further on going to break another structure to the downside. Another structure to the downside. So see price breaking structure giving us signs of more bearish momentum in the market. Break of structure to the downside. On that 2 hour time frame, the candle, the last highs that caused the breaking structure is this, and it left behind an unmitigated zone. And now we see price reacting at that area. The last candle that formed before the market close was a bearish candle, signs of rejection. We switch to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, I'm trying to have clarity in the market. I'm trying to see what is actually going on in the market. Understand, this strategy works with any other currencies and sometimes crypto. But you need to look for a currency pair that you love and try the strategy on it and backtest so that you can know the best time of which you can take trade with this strategy. Remember, less is more in forex market. Focus on the thing and watch it play out. I like trading GU, EU, and Go, but I focus 80% of my trades are always on GU, and I love trading with the volume, especially London session. I trade London session. I rarely trade New York session because of the high volatility, but I love trading London session. So if I don't see my setup on the London session, I will wait for it on the New York session. And I have a maximum of 3 trades per day. If my first trade doesn't go my favor, I take the second one. Second one doesn't go my favor, I go the third one. If I lost all, it's okay. I'm done for that day. I don't force anything. So that's how you have to have a plan. You have to be comfortable with losses. You have to accept that you're wrong at times, because no strategy works 100%. The market will always do what it wants to do, and you have nothing to say, and there's nothing you can do. So this is the 1 hour time frame. You can see multiple rejection at this area now. So I don't necessarily like taking trade before the market open. So I want to see how the market will open and react of the Asian session, and then I want to see how the London session will open and be like, because now I already know in my mind that we have a level of resistance here. We have an order block here. We have a premium price here. We have a supply zone here. And going to the 30-minute, I will see more rejection at these levels. So what I want to see tomorrow is this. I want to see tomorrow, once the market open tonight, but tomorrow London session, I want to see a change in character here. I want to see a change in character here. Once I see that, I start looking for my sales during the London session. I want to see a change in character here. Price taking out this low. Once I see that, boom, I will have in mind that I need to look for my selling opportunity around somewhere around here. And with my mind, I already have my risk reward already target program, and I know what next to do. My target, overall target will be here, because I'm seeing some sort of demand zone formation here, which is tiny. Remember what I said about tiny demand zone? Tiny fair value gaps, they are the most dangerous because they're always hiding and they look insignificant. So I want to see a change in character. Once I see a change in character here, boom, I know I'll start selling off here. So I do nothing unless my sessions open. That's just how I trade. I do nothing unless I see my session open. So that is just that on how you can take trades on GU, or especially on major pairs, and how to use the top-down analysis. Now for a bonus for this video, and for those who are still new in trading, I'd just like to brush up on what is break of structure, what is change in character, and how you can take trade on similar time frame, and how you can expect entries, and how to clearly identify my signals when I send them in the community. Okay. So with that being said, I would like to end this video here. And if you have any question, anything you're worried about, you really want to know, please don't forget to drop that on the comment section below. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next week, and I wish you a very profitable week ahead of you. Trade with the plan and trade your strategy. Thank you, and see you next week. Boom, the marathon will always continue.